So the first thing I found coming off this trail is a small stream. This stream right here is a ethereal stream, which means that it's only gonna have water when like right after it rains. All these little teeny tiny rocks, all alluvium. You got a smoother one right here compared to one that's jagged like this, but it'll look like this eventually. So I went a little off course and went to another stream bed, and I found this. All these cracks right here, all these joints, and as you can see, they're full of like leaves and stuff, which are slowly but surely breaking apart this rock. And then here's an example of mass wasting from where? Right there. So came down here. Oh, and what's that right there? Alluvium. And where? An ethereal stream. And as I'm gonna take us over here real quick. Since this is a stream, I felt this right here is called a nick point, I believe. And it's pretty clear that it comes down here, drops off, and then carries down to there. So you must be wondering why it looks like this, why it has these layers, or why it has something like this. Oh, and look, more joints ready to fall off right there. This process right here, all this is known as carbonation, which means carbonic acid mixes with water and it turns limestone and breaks it down into stuff like this, like that. And this is freshly, I don't know how fresh, but it clearly hasn't been weathered as much as, say, where it fell from, which is probably right there. And I'm assuming that's algae. It's a thick green layer right there, which is also biological weathering. I think I said algae earlier, but I'm pretty sure this is moss, right? And that's biological weathering. That's tearing up this rock bit by bit. Walking down this trail, I could not pass this up. But this is crazy to me. This tree, if you dig out all that mud and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure there'd be a hole, because that tree root continues to go down through there, and that is biological weathering. And clearly won against the rock. It has nothing to do with the class, but I thought this was really cool. The webs call these little droplets of water. Here's yet another example of an ethereal stream, but that one, that's a steep drop. And there's mass wasting, and then just the roads down this way, all the way down there. Another thing I want to say is that it is really muddy and slippery outside. Obviously that's because of water, and water can do two things when it touches the ground. It can either run off or it can infiltrate, and clearly it has infiltrated the ground and made it all muddy and slippery and hard to walk on. Professor, I just wanted to point out the elevation changes and all the hilly areas. I'm on the top of this little spot. I was somewhere over there at the bottom, and I did a little research, and this place is actually an escarpment for Balcones Heights. Just a little fun fact. This is awesome. I've been looking for an example of this whole time, but two different stream beds coming in, right? Coming into here. That little cut bank right there. I'm gonna go down in this real quick. a little jagged here too, but there's a big old difference between this side right here. And another thing I found interesting is that this is, you know, for all intents and purposes a walkway, but you know, as you can see, like with the elevation and those rocks, the way they're carrying down here, that water, you know, travels down here, and you know, it's coming down here, you know, it breaks up those rocks, flows over them and stuff like that. But right here, it looks like, you know, it has like a cut that goes through here, and it's obviously been going here for a while. You see a little wall, and a little wall there.